On April 19, 1995, Timothy Mcveigh, an American Gulf War veteran, shocked America when he committed what was at that time the most devastating terrorist attack on American soil. This is the story of the Oklahoma City bombing. On April 19, 1995, a rental truck filled with homemade explosives detonated outside the Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building in Oklahoma City. The blast caused catastrophic damage, leaving 168 people dead and hundreds more injured. The question on nearly everyone's mind was, why? What motive could someone have to blow up a building, and one that included a daycare center? Two men, Timothy Mcveigh and Terry Nichols, were ultimately held responsible for the bombing at Oklahoma City. Both Mcveigh and Nichols served in the military and met in basic training at Fort Benning in 1988. That same year, Mcveigh became a candidate for the Special Forces, but dropped out after just 2 days. He later reunited with Nichols. They bonded over their mutual anti-government sentiments. Mcveigh's distrust of the government began in high school. As a teenager, he read the Turner Diaries by William Pierce, the leader of one of America's most prominent neo-Nazi organizations at the time. The book outlines a fictional Aryan revolution against the federal government, and its opening scene is eerily similar to the Oklahoma City bombing. A truck exploding outside a government building. By 1994, Mcveigh and Nichols' hatred and distrust of the government had been further fueled by events like the FBI assault on the Branch Davidian compound, home to a religious cult in Waco, Texas. In September of 1994, Mcveigh and Nichols began plotting to destroy a federal symbol. They chose the Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building in downtown Oklahoma City. On the morning of April 19, 1995, Mcveigh parked a rental truck filled with homemade explosives outside the Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building. At 9:02 a.m., he detonated the bomb. The blast destroyed nearly half of the building, collapsing its entire north wall. It also left a 16-block radius of destruction. Nearly 300 buildings in the immediate area were damaged, including the Journal-Record building 5 blocks away. 25 buildings were completely destroyed. 850 people were injured, many in the surrounding area, including 39 people at the Water Resources Board building, 1 block north of the explosion. 168 people were killed, 19 were children. More than a third of the population of Oklahoma City knew someone who was a victim of the attack. For an attack on a scale America had never before seen, it required a response that was perhaps never thought needed. In the aftermath, 12,384 people volunteered in the rescue and recovery efforts. 16 different organizations ranging from FEMA to the IRS established volunteer areas at the Recovery Service Center. From every corner of America, people responded, said Larry Mcviegh, the lawyer for the prosecution. Rescuers from across this country descended on Oklahoma City. Literally hundreds and hundreds of law enforcement officers got in their cars, caught planes, and headed to downtown Oklahoma City. America was in shock. People needed help. Mcveigh and Nichols were arrested. In the summer of 1997, Mcveigh was tried and convicted on 11 different counts and sentenced to death. He was executed by lethal injection on June 11, 2001. Nichols was found guilty on 1 count of conspiracy and 8 counts of involuntary manslaughter. He was sentenced to life in prison. In 2004, he was tried again on state charges in Oklahoma and convicted of 161 counts of first-degree murder, including fetal homicide. He received 161 consecutive life terms in prison. Today, the Oklahoma National Memorial Museum honors those who lost their lives and the survivors of this horrific attack. Even decades later, Americans still try to find rationale and reason, an explanation for acts of senseless terror, and hope that they will never happen again.